A lot of Sarah Palin fans are familiar with a blog that got started 6 months ago by a group of about 18 bloggers who organized and started Conservatives for Palin. If you want to stay on top of Sarah Palin news, you must go to Conservatives for Palin. That is the place to go. We are fortunate today to have the editor of Conservatives for Palin, Rebecca Mansour. Rebecca, your thoughts about yesterday's events?
Hello, LaDonna. It was a wonderful event. I thought it went really well. I thought her speech was wonderful. And I'm just so delighted that the governor has turned the corner and is now on a new road in her life. And I think it's a wonderful, positive event for Alaska and for America.
By the way, I was going to say it was nice meeting you in Alaska. You and I were on the Eddie Burke show together, and I really enjoyed meeting you and then doing that with Eddie, who, by the way, is a real sweetheart.
Yeah, it was a lot of fun. It was a great time we had in studio there.
Eddie Burke of the Eddie Burke show. He's a sweetheart that packs heat.
That's right.
I wasn't expecting any kind of bombshell to be dropped from the governor's speech yesterday, but there was a lot of talk that might happen because she is kind of known as a maverick. That was going on in the blogosphere. Were you expecting anything like that to happen?
No, not really. I mean, there's so many. I've seen all sorts of ridiculous speculations about this and that, and all of them end up turning out to be false one way or another. So I didn't expect any bombshells. I just expected it to be, a good speech. I expected that she would cover all of her accomplishments, which she did, which was really wonderful.
Yeah.
And I expected that she would also explain, what her vision is, or what her warning is for Alaska. And I thought that was really powerful when she addressed basically issues of don't become sucked into large governments or think that government can make you healthy, wealthy, happy, wise, because it can't. And that was a very powerful statement. No other public servant is out there making statements like that. And I think she just proved again throughout the entire speech that she's just not your typical politician. Politicians do everything they can to hold on to power. And she views service as that, as service, as public service. And so I believe that what she did was not about holding on to power, but was about actually advancing the state in public service.
Yeah, exactly. And I think that's why she's so popular. And I think they can feel that and they resonate with that. My favorite line of the whole speech, though, was "We eat, therefore we hunt." I thought, oh my gosh, I'm making that a bumper sticker and putting that on all our vehicles.
Yeah, that's a famous Palinism. She loves saying that. I've heard her say that a couple times before.
I've never heard that before. That was good. And you were just speaking of some of these like crazy things that get sent out there in the blogosphere that are just totally ridiculous. Like, for example, the Palin family might move to Long Island, to the fancy Hamptons area. Are you kidding me?
Yeah, it's just silliness. It's just ridiculous, and we'll see more of that sort of nonsense because they just can't understand why she did what she did, and so they're just trying to fill in any sort of gaps and make her out to be something that she's not because they can't handle the truth, to quote a famous movie line. And the truth is also that one of the things that she highlighted in her speech is what she promised, she accomplished. Right. I love that. Every single promise that she made, every single one that she made when she promised Alaskans, when she announced that she was running for governor on Alaska Day in 2005, she accomplished those promises. And she does not make promises like other politicians off the cuff. She doesn't promise nonsense. She takes her promises seriously, and she did.
I think you're right. That thing about Sarah Palin, unlike most politicians where it's nonsense, she represents common sense. And that's why people are scratching their head going, huh? This doesn't make sense.
Exactly. I love my favorite part of the speech, actually, was when some dippy protester was out there shouting something very unclassy. I mean, just classless to do that. And
what was they protesting?
Yeah, I mean, the protest. I was talking to people that were there. The protesters were outnumbered like 500 to 2. But this is one loudmouth that was shouting something as she was trying to make her point about why she is stepping aside. And she just looked at him and she shot out, "It should be quite obvious, shouldn't it?" And pointed in direct person. That got a great laugh from the crowd because
that was great.
There you go, loudmouth. That's it should be quite obvious why it's not useful. Why you've made the state a circus because of your antics.
Well, do you expect these Palin haters to keep up these silliness, or you think they will fade away into obscurity where they belong?
Oh, now it'll go national even more so. I mean, I believe it was national before, but now it'll go even more national. I'll tell you why. Just today, MoveOn.org is already targeting her as the voice of the opposition. They're already targeting her with an ad that's going to be aired all week long on national television. She is the unofficial voice of the opposition. She really is.
Yeah.
And so she'll be continued to be targeted, but you know what? Now
that's a good sign.
Now she doesn't have her hands tied behind her back.
Yeah. She's free.
Now she can punch back, and you know what? And I expect that she will because she's a fighter. She's a scrappy fighter, and she'll come back and she'll say the truth. She's the sort of person she cannot not say the truth. That's what's wonderful about her,
And I think all this the criticism that she's getting, and now, as you say, will go nationwide. I think that's a good sign. I mean, that means they're very, very worried. So, they're giving her good signs that what she's doing is working.
Oh, of course. Well, nobody else is. Who else would say right? And Rush talked about this today on his radio show. Who else would say right to the media as they're covering her, quit making things up? Right to her, who else would do that? I mean, no other politician would do that. And,
I know.
And she doesn't care if it backfires on her. She'll just say it. That's what I'm saying about one of the reasons why we love her is she'll say the truth and she doesn't care.
She shoots from the hip, baby.
Well, she doesn't care the consequences of saying the truth. She'll say the truth.
Yeah.
And let the chips fall where they may.
Exactly.
And that's something you've got to respect that no matter what.
People love it. She seemed like she was really relaxed, and maybe not really relaxed, but she seemed excited and happy about what her what's going to happen, after starting today.
Yeah, I think she's a naturally optimistic and cheerful person, and I get the feeling that she's at peace with her decision. And so,
her family is.
Oh, yeah, I thought it was wonderful after she gave the speech, pulled Piper on her lap, and smiling with her little kid. It was great. I think that's who she is,
Well, where can people find out more about conservatives for Palin?
Well, just go to our website, www.conservativeforpalin.com, and the 4 there is the number 4.
Mm-hmm.
So it's conservativeforpalin.com, and they can come and visit and look at what we've got. We've got stuff updated all the time. We try to, follow all the Palin news, give our commentary. You'll especially find on our website a lot of Alaska information about her record.
Mm-hmm.
We covered a great deal of Alaska. We were very Alaska-centric.
So you're going to step up to the more national defense since MoveOn.org is coming into the picture. You guys are going to step up to the plate and
Oh, sure. We were always covering her, because she was always a national and local figure.
Yeah.
The attacks on her always came from both. So yeah, absolutely. We'll step up. We'll probably take on more contributors and continue to grow as the stories grow. And so we'll try to expand and be a good voice for all information about her.
Well, Rebecca, we unfortunately went really fast. We're up against a hard break here. Thank you for sharing your thoughts with us today. We're going to have you on again because you're on top of it all the time, totally.
Thanks so much, Madonna.
Talk to you soon. Hey, stay tuned to Sarah Palin Radio on WSRadio.com, the worldwide leader in Internet talk.